Hidden within the folds of history are truths so profound they have the potential to completely reshape how we understand our existence. What if one of these truths was carefully erased from sacred texts, deliberately hidden to control the way humanity perceives life, death, and the soul's eternal journey? Could it be that reincarnation, the idea that our soul lives through multiple lives, was once a part of early Christian teachings, only to be removed for reasons that go far beyond theology? Today, we will uncover the layers of history, revisit ancient texts, and examine the decisions that may have silenced this profound concept. Imagine how different our understanding of faith and spirituality might be if reincarnation was always meant to be part of our spiritual journey. Join me as we explore this fascinating mystery and discover what may lie beneath the surface of sacred teachings. Reincarnation, the idea that the soul journeys through multiple lifetimes to learn, grow, and evolve, is a concept deeply rooted in human spirituality and predates the formation of Christianity. Across ancient civilizations, this belief formed the cornerstone of their understanding of existence and the afterlife, offering profound insights into the purpose of life and the nature of the soul. In ancient Egypt, the concept of the soul's journey was central to their spiritual practices. The Egyptians believed that life did not end with death. Instead, it was a transition into another phase of existence. Their sacred text, the Book of the Dead, serves as a guide for the soul's journey after death, detailing the trials it must face and how it is judged. For the Egyptians, reincarnation was a process of spiritual purification, where the soul could return to the physical world if it had unfinished lessons or remained in spiritual realms if it had achieved harmony. The soul, in their view, was eternal, a traveler on a journey to reunite with the divine. On the other side of the world, along the banks of the Ganges River, the philosophy of reincarnation was deeply embedded in the spiritual traditions of ancient India. The Vedic texts, written around 1500 BCE, introduced the concept of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Central to this belief is the principle of karma, the idea that one's actions in a given life shape the circumstances of future lives. Liberation, known as moksha, is achieved when the soul transcends material attachments and breaks free from the cycle of rebirth. For ancient Hindus, reincarnation was not a punishment, but a path of spiritual growth, offering endless opportunities for learning and evolution until the soul achieved ultimate enlightenment. In ancient Greece, reincarnation was a subject of philosophical exploration. Pythagoras, the renowned philosopher and mathematician, taught his disciples that the soul was immortal and passed through many lives. He believed that each incarnation offered a new opportunity for spiritual and intellectual development. Pythagoras described the universe as having a divine order, and reincarnation was the soul's means of ascending through this order toward perfection. Similarly, Plato, in his works like Phaedo, wrote about the soul's progression across lifetimes, emphasizing that reincarnation was not only a tool for growth, but also a means of attaining higher knowledge and ultimate truth. To Plato, the soul was eternal, continuously moving between physical and spiritual realms until it achieved its highest state. These ancient civilizations, despite their geographical and cultural differences, shared a profound belief in the eternal nature of the soul and its journey across multiple lives. Reincarnation was not seen as an abstract concept, but as a universal truth, providing a framework for moral and spiritual accountability. It was a way to understand life's challenges, to find purpose in the cycle of existence, and to align with the natural rhythms of the universe. This rich tapestry of beliefs highlights how reincarnation was deeply rooted in human spirituality long before the advent of Christianity. It reflected humanity's desire to understand the mysteries of life and death, and offered a perspective that life was not a single, fleeting moment, but part of a much greater and eternal journey. By the time Christianity began to emerge, the concept of reincarnation was already firmly established in the spiritual consciousness of many cultures. This universality raises a crucial question. How did a belief so widespread, so intertwined with the human search for meaning, come to be excluded from Christian doctrine? This question leads us to the complex relationship between early Christian teachings and the ancient wisdom they inherited. In the early centuries of Christianity, the faith was far from a unified doctrine. Diverse communities interpreted Jesus' teachings in various ways, and within this diversity lay a fascinating openness to ideas that would later be deemed unorthodox. Among these was the concept of reincarnation, the belief that the soul undergoes a continuous process of evolution and purification across multiple lifetimes. Early Christians, particularly those influenced by mystical traditions, saw reincarnation as a means of aligning with divine wisdom and achieving spiritual growth. At the heart of this belief was Origen of Alexandria, one of the most influential theologians of early Christianity. Origen was not only a profound thinker but also a bridge between Christian teachings and the ancient wisdom of Egypt, Greece, and the Middle East. He believed that the soul was eternal, pre-existing before birth, and destined for a journey that spanned numerous lifetimes. In his seminal work, De Principiis, On the Principles, Origen proposed that the soul undergoes cycles of birth and death, gradually refining itself until it achieves perfect unity with God. For Origen, reincarnation was not a punishment, but a divine opportunity for spiritual evolution. He taught that each life offered a chance to learn, grow, and overcome the mistakes of the past. This concept aligned closely with the spiritual philosophies of ancient cultures, such as the Egyptian belief in the soul's journey and the Greek idea of the soul's ascent toward perfection. Origen emphasized that the soul's progression through multiple lives was a reflection of God's justice and mercy, allowing each individual to reach their ultimate potential. Early Christians who embraced these ideas saw reincarnation as a natural extension of Jesus' teachings on forgiveness, redemption, and eternal life. They believed that the soul's journey did not end with physical death, but continued in new forms, offering endless opportunities for spiritual refinement. This perspective resonated with the mystical traditions of the time, which emphasized the interconnectedness of all life and the soul's eternal nature. However, as Christianity grew and began to establish itself as an organized religion, these diverse interpretations faced increasing scrutiny. The Church sought to consolidate its teachings and create a unified doctrine, which often meant excluding ideas that did not align with its emerging framework. Reincarnation, with its implications of spiritual independence and multiple lifetimes, posed a challenge to the Church's authority as the sole mediator of salvation. Despite this, traces of these early Christian views on reincarnation remain in historical records and theological writings. They remind us of a time when Christianity was a dynamic and evolving faith, open to the profound mysteries of the soul and its journey. The acceptance of reincarnation by some early Christians reflects their desire to understand the depth of God's wisdom and their belief in the soul's infinite capacity for growth and redemption. As we look back on these early interpretations, it becomes clear that the concept of reincarnation was not foreign to Christianity. On the contrary, it was a deeply spiritual idea that aligned with the universal truths found in ancient philosophies. This raises a crucial question. Why did these beliefs, once embraced by influential theologians like Origen, fade into obscurity? To understand this, we must explore the political and theological forces that shaped the Church's rejection of reincarnation, a story that reveals much about the intersection of faith, power, and control. The concept of reincarnation, with its focus on the soul's independence and spiritual evolution, presented a direct challenge to the early church's emerging authority. At its core, reincarnation allowed individuals to view salvation as a personal journey spanning multiple lifetimes, reducing the church's role as the sole mediator of redemption. This belief contradicted the church's growing emphasis on a singular lifetime, where salvation could only be achieved through adherence to its teachings, sacraments, and clergy. This tension came to a head during the reign of Emperor Justinian and Empress Theodora in the 6th century. The couple's political agenda prioritized unity within the empire, and a unified Christian doctrine was a critical part of their strategy. Reincarnation, with its implications of spiritual self-sufficiency, posed a threat to their vision. Justinian saw the idea of multiple lives as undermining the urgency of the Church's message, that salvation must be sought in this lifetime through obedience to ecclesiastical authority. The Second Council of Constantinople in 553 AD became the turning point in the suppression of reincarnation. Convened by Justinian, the council officially declared the belief heretical, reinforcing the doctrine that salvation was attainable in a single lifetime. Empress Theodora, whose personal fears and ambitions influenced the decision, reportedly viewed reincarnation as a troubling concept that could weaken the Church's control over individuals. The suppression of reincarnation wasn't purely theological, it was deeply political. By promoting the idea that eternal salvation depended solely on the Church's guidance, Justinian and Theodora strengthened their grip on both the faith and the empire. Theological dissenters, like Origen of Alexandria, were silenced and branded heretics. Origen's teachings on the soul's eternal journey were officially condemned, and efforts were made to erase his influence from Christian thought. This deliberate suppression of reincarnation reveals the complex interplay of faith and power in shaping religious doctrine. While the Church succeeded in consolidating its authority, it also left behind unanswered questions about the soul's journey and the true teachings of early Christianity. Despite its suppression, echoes of reincarnation can still be found in the Bible, offering intriguing glimpses into what may have been a part of early Christian understanding. One of the most cited examples is found in Matthew 17:10-13, where Jesus speaks of John the Baptist as the reincarnation of Elijah. After the Transfiguration, the disciples ask Jesus about the prophecy that Elijah must return before the Messiah. Jesus responds by saying, "Elijah has already come," referring to John the Baptist. This passage suggests that reincarnation was a concept understood and accepted by Jesus' followers. Another significant reference appears in John 9:1-3, where the disciples ask Jesus about a man born blind. They question whether his blindness was caused by his sins or those of his parents. This implies a belief that the man's actions in a previous life could have influenced his current condition. Jesus' response, while shifting the focus to divine purpose, does not dismiss the possibility of the soul carrying experiences from past lives. In John 3:3-7, Jesus tells Nicodemus, "Unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God." While traditionally interpreted as a spiritual rebirth, some scholars suggest that this could also hint at the idea of reincarnation, a cycle of rebirths allowing the soul to grow and purify itself. Nicodemus's confusion about being physically born again highlights the depth of this statement, which could point to both spiritual and literal renewal. Over time, these verses were reinterpreted or marginalized to align with the Church's official doctrine, which rejected reincarnation. The focus shifted to emphasize a single lifetime and salvation through the Church's teachings, leaving little room for alternative interpretations. However, these passages continue to spark debate among theologians and spiritual seekers, suggesting that the concept of reincarnation was not entirely foreign to early Christianity. The presence of such verses raises profound questions about what might have been lost during the consolidation of Christian doctrine. Could these biblical hints be remnants of a suppressed truth? If so, they offer an invitation to revisit the teachings of Jesus and the early church with fresh eyes, exploring the deeper mysteries of the soul's journey. In the modern age, the concept of reincarnation has experienced a remarkable resurgence, finding its place as a cornerstone of spiritual exploration across cultures. While suppressed in much of Western tradition for centuries, reincarnation has returned to the forefront of spiritual discourse, often influenced by the philosophies of the East. Hinduism and Buddhism, where reincarnation is a central tenet, have profoundly shaped the West's understanding of the soul's journey. These traditions emphasize samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, as well as karma, the law of cause and effect, which governs the evolution of the soul. Through globalization and the blending of cultures, these Eastern teachings have become accessible to a wider audience. Renowned spiritual leaders such as Swami Vivekananda and the Dalai Lama introduced these philosophies to the West, presenting reincarnation as a path of continuous growth and liberation. Their teachings inspired countless seekers to rethink the meaning of life and the possibilities of existence beyond a single lifetime. Modern psychology and scientific inquiry have also contributed to the revival of reincarnation. Researchers like Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist and professor at the University of Virginia, dedicated decades to studying past life memories, particularly in children. His groundbreaking work documented cases where children provided detailed and verifiable accounts of past lives, including names, places, and events they could not have known otherwise. These studies offered compelling evidence that challenged conventional ideas about the limits of consciousness and memory. Similarly, psychologists like Dr. Brian Weiss brought the concept of reincarnation into mainstream awareness through past life regression therapy. In his best-selling book, Many Lives, Many Masters, Weiss detailed his experiences guiding patients into past life memories during hypnosis, uncovering connections between unresolved traumas and current life challenges. His work highlighted how revisiting past life experiences can foster healing, self-awareness, and personal growth, offering individuals a deeper understanding of their spiritual journey. Reincarnation's growing appeal lies in its compassionate perspective on the soul's evolution. Unlike the traditional Christian view of eternal heaven or hell determined by a single lifetime, reincarnation provides a framework that emphasizes learning and progression. It suggests that the soul is given multiple opportunities to grow, correct mistakes, and reach its highest potential. This perspective fosters hope, encouraging individuals to view challenges not as punishments, but as lessons for spiritual development. In a world where many grapple with existential questions and the pressures of modern life, reincarnation offers a spiritual framework that resonates with a desire for purpose and understanding. It helps explain the inequalities and complexities of life, providing a sense of justice through the principle of karma. For those exploring spirituality, the idea that every life is an opportunity to evolve aligns with a universal longing for growth and connection with the divine. The revival of reincarnation has also been fueled by the rise of holistic practices and mindfulness movements. Yoga, meditation, and energy healing, often rooted in Eastern traditions, encourage individuals to look within and recognize the continuity of the soul. These practices align with the principles of reincarnation, helping people reconnect with their spiritual essence and navigate life with greater intention and awareness. In today's interconnected world, reincarnation has emerged as more than just a philosophical concept. It is a tool for understanding life, death, and everything in between. It bridges ancient wisdom with modern insights, providing a timeless perspective on the human experience. As more people seek meaning and purpose, reincarnation continues to inspire a renewed appreciation for the soul's infinite journey and its potential to grow and transform across lifetimes. As we've explored, the concept of reincarnation offers a profound perspective on life, death, and the eternal journey of the soul. But this journey raises thought-provoking questions. If reincarnation was part of early Christianity, what does that mean for our understanding of faith? Could there be truths hidden in history that we've yet to fully uncover? And how might these truths reshape our spiritual beliefs and practices today? Take a moment to reflect. What does the possibility of reincarnation mean to you? Does it challenge or deepen your understanding of life's purpose? We invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might inspire others to begin their own spiritual exploration. Reincarnation teaches us that the soul's journey may not end after a single lifetime. It invites us to see each moment, each challenge, as an opportunity for growth and transformation. What steps can you take to align with this eternal truth? Whether it's through reflection, spiritual practice, or seeking knowledge, the journey begins with curiosity and openness. Join us in continuing this exploration. Subscribe to our channel for more insights into spirituality, ancient wisdom, and the mysteries of existence. Together, we can uncover the hidden truths of the past and embrace the transformative possibilities of the future. Reincarnation, as we've seen, was a belief deeply rooted in ancient cultures and even considered by some early Christians. Its suppression by political and institutional forces reshaped the spiritual landscape, yet traces of it remain in sacred texts and continue to inspire modern spiritual movements. The journey of the soul, spanning lifetimes, offers a compassionate and hopeful perspective on existence. It reminds us that life is not a single fleeting opportunity, but part of a greater process of growth and self-discovery. Biblical hints, such as Jesus' reference to Elijah's return and the idea of being born again, suggest that reincarnation may have always been part of the spiritual conversation, hidden but never entirely erased. Today, as reincarnation finds renewed interest through Eastern philosophies, scientific research, and modern psychology, it challenges us to rethink the boundaries of life and faith. Whether or not reincarnation was banned, its essence continues to invite us to grow, evolve, and connect with the divine. So, are you ready to embrace the possibility of your soul's eternal journey? This journey is not about finding all the answers, but about asking the right questions. Reflect on what this means for your life, your choices, and your spiritual path. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Together, let's uncover the mysteries of the past, illuminate the present, and step boldly into the future of spiritual awakening.